Well, I would add one. I would agree with what Marvin has said very distinctly. Those of us who live in the land know that the Israelis themselves are critical of the actions in their country. Many, many things. The politics of the country show that very clearly, and the difficulty right now in that country is that there's two big parties, fairly large parties, and neither one can get enough votes to set up a government, and they're really having a great and difficult time. But the old story about where there are two Jews, there are three opinions, is one that they tell on themselves.
Sure.
And I'm like Marvin in this, that I have difficulty accepting a sort of a blanket sort of thing. Whatever Israel does is right, and we have a good many Christians in Jerusalem who do that sort of thing. In my own church, in our church, and this would be borne out by David and Hal and others here. We simply try to avoid, distinct discussions of the politics of the war and Lebanese and things. We just simply, this is not our business, I think. I don't think that sometimes the Israelis themselves will say to you, well, if you're going to support us as a people, then you ought to support us in anything we do, our military exploits or whatever it may be. And really, that kind of request comes fairly frequent. And again and again, I find myself saying, I'm a part of the Church of Jesus Christ. I don't think the church has any business going into these political affairs or taking this stand or that stand. Sometimes Christians make it very difficult for us right now in Jerusalem. There have been 3 or 4 groups caught by the Israeli police who were in the process of trying to build up organizations or in the process of actually doing something militarily against the Dome of the Rock, or against the Arabs, or against one group was putting hand grenades on monastery doors or on Muslim places of worship or houses. And it has been found that one group had hoped to blow up the temple site, the Dome of the Rock. And it turns out that some of these groups have been supported by Christians in this country.
That's right.
And I mean, these are evangelicals supposedly that are supporting, and it's terribly embarrassing to us that would have to live in Jerusalem. We have to say again and again, we are not that kind. We don't believe it. We have people in Jerusalem some time ago. A couple of leaders of a certain group in Jerusalem went to Teddy Kollek and told Teddy Kollek that they believed in the reconstruction of the temple. Since they believed in the reconstruction of the temple, they thought that Teddy Kollek should support any Jewish group or any, well, I don't know, they said any Christian group, I don't think they did, but certainly any Jewish group that wants to pray on the temple site. This is like saying to somebody who's the president or the mayor of New York that he should allow that he should take over the military establishment of America or something, or do something that would probe or cause that kind of military establishment to come into being. Of course, if a war were started or if Israel they could do so if they took over the Temple Mount and started to rebuild the temple, they would have 300,000 or 400,000 Arabs on them immediately, Muslims, I mean. The Muslim people would simply not stand for it. They would have a holy war. They have enough trouble now, and to do something like that is just pure disaster. And it's crazy. I found myself saying to a secretary of Teddy Kollek, I don't agree with these people at all. They are evangelicals, but I do not take this stand. We are opposed in our congregation to this kind of stand. We do not believe that Americans should be sending money to a group trying to destroy the temple area.